G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for returning. As I said in the previous video, this is the way I'm going to be doing my videos in the future. Hopefully you enjoy this way. I really wanted to do another video. I know I did say tomorrow I was going to start off and start looking at Australian incidents that have taken place around the country with about great white sharks. Today is just more of a chat about how this year, what type of content you could be looking forward to. Like I mentioned before, I really want to dive into incidents that have taken place in Western Australia, South Australia, New South Wales and Tasmania. Mainly Western Australia and South Australia. That's where it seems we have the most interactions with great white sharks. I'm not saying New South Wales doesn't, but I'm mainly focusing on the white shark as well. The video you see behind me is a video that I recorded back in 2020 in January. It was my first time cage diving with great white sharks. Out from Port Lincoln. That's the location you stay, and I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 hours trip on the way out to Neptune Island. It was a pretty cool day, one of the best experiences I've ever had. I hope to do it again in the near future, but my main goal is that I really would love to be able to do the Rodney Fox great white shark expeditions that those guys do. They can range from 4 to 7 days out at sea, looking at these sharks, and not only that, you get to experience being with other people who are fascinated with the creatures, and obviously there's a lot of learning and stuff done on the ship, especially at night. There's presentations and stuff like that. You not only get to see the white sharks, there's opportunities to snorkel with sea lions and get on to Neptune Island, have a look around on there, which is something that really fascinates me. I've been interested in white sharks for quite a while, since I was probably about 10 years old, when one of the first shark incidents that I can remember as a kid, I would have been around about 10 years at the time, that took place in South Australia, just north of Port Lincoln, Shirley Durban, when she was taken by a fairly large shark in front of her family, which would have been a horrible experience. There used to be reports years after that interaction that this shark would return back around the waters of Port Lincoln, and it was a fairly aggressive shark that would attack boats like that. I can remember that story. Then a few years after that, there was Terry Gibson who disappeared. I think it was Merino Rocks. I think that might have been 1987. He disappeared, but the police search located his diving belts, his cylinders, flippers and stuff like that, and had indications that a shark had been there. There's a lot of talk about rogue sharks and stuff like that. I think there was some people even indicating that this could be the same shark, even though the distance between where Shirley was taken and Terry Gibson, it's still quite a while, but as we all know that great white sharks migrate, and these incidents took place a few years after each other. There's also a lot of information about that certain white sharks love to return to certain areas throughout the years. They could be one area at one time of the year and then go off and then return there a few years later. And that's why I mentioned to you about the return of some type of aggressive white shark north of Port Lincoln after that incident as well. So like I said, hopefully starting tomorrow I'll get in more depth about Shirley. That one, like I mentioned, is something that interests me because that was my first time learning about white sharks, and especially in South Australia. The location I live here in Australia is in the Upper Spencer Gulf, and there is a lot of shark interactions with fishermen out here. That's another thing I would really love to look into. The reason why we, even though we get the great white sharks up here, we get fairly big ones. We get females that come up here. The video I shared with you guys about Shaka, that was that life-size replica great white that's located in our library display. She's a 5.6 metre shark that back in 2004 got caught up in long lines and she drowned, and there was a lot of money raised to have a life-size replica of her made and displayed here in town. There also was another one that was created, and you can actually see that in the main foyer at the museum in Adelaide, South Australia as well. So it's hanging up from the ceiling as you walk into the main foyer as well. So my idea is that maybe the Upper Spencer Gulf is a shark nursery, a white shark nursery here. There's another bit of information I found is that over time, watching videos and reading and that, some people state that female white sharks return to the area where they were birthed and to give birth to their pups as well. So that's why I feel that maybe the Upper Spencer Gulf here is a white shark nursery. At some locations, maybe I heard rumours out near Whyalla side, but makes me interested to know the reason why these big sharks come up here. You know, their main food source, sea lions and fur seals and stuff like that, are further south. Up here we do have snapper, large snapper schools. You know, they could be possibly going after those, but yeah, just really unusual to get these big sharks up this way. You know, there's many stories I've heard. My dad's mates, when I was younger, I remember this story about them out fishing, snappering on their first night. They got a lot of snapper. Second night they went out, they got nothing. Third night they got nothing. As one of the guys was pointing the burley bag at the back of the boat, this fairly large shark went past. This was at night. It rolled on its side and it looked at him as it cruised by. Their boat was an 18-footer, and they swear the shark was bigger than their boat as well. So that'll be interesting as well. I haven't been out in the water quite a while. I used to go out there a fair bit with my mates and do some snappering. In the late 90s, early 2000s, I haven't done it for a while. Love to be able to get out there with some of my camera gear and just record and just be out there while they snapper. Unfortunately, at the moment, there is a snapper ban in South Australia. Once that's lifted, I'm assuming my mates and all that will start heading out there again, and if they do that, I'll more than happy to jump along with them. Hopefully we'll see a shark while we're out there and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this is some of the information I'll be getting from this book and researching online as well, just to get these stories and stuff about great white sharks incidents in Australia. So, alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, this is, I'm looking forward to doing something like this, these videos from now on like this, and yeah, that's enough of me rambling on, and I'll see you in the next video.